Hey guys, Mark here, and in tonight's video we're going to be talking about scams. Are you getting scammed right now? We'll find out in a minute. You're on Big Balls Marketing. Okay guys, Mark here. In tonight's video, like I said, I'm going to be talking about scams. Now, this is one area where I'm a little touchy, a little sensitive. And the reason why, you've got to understand, whenever I first started marketing online, I actually started marketing I started out off in a cash gifting program. I thought it was a fantastic idea. Um, I didn't know any better, but I really thought it was a good deal. And what I learned in those early days, because what I learned to do is I learned how to promote that program. And I really felt like if you could learn how to promote that program, then and generate an income from it, then it didn't feel like a scam to me. Now, I realize that there are a lot of people out there that didn't make money with cash gifting. But here's the deal. A lot of people don't make a lot of money at a lot of things. And all of the rates of failure, if you'd like to call it that, and rates of success, percentage-wise, they're all about the same. They're very similar. Whether you're selling products or whether you're selling an opportunity, doesn't really matter. So, for the most part, I don't think a lot of these programs online are necessarily scams. A scam, by definition, is to swindle somebody, or is a business set up for, let me just pull up a definition of scam. So scam definition: a dishonest scheme, a fraud, swindle, cheat, deceive, trick, dupe, hoodwink, double cross, gull, and there's some more. A few years ago, we had a company. It was a online opportunity, very popular, and I don't remember the name offhand. If I did, some of you would probably know what it was. And I knew right away that it was a Ponzi scheme. It was not self-sustaining. And even that company, I wouldn't necessarily label as a scam, but it was a Ponzi scheme. And I'm going to stay very technical on that issue, because that's what it was. They were trying to bring in more money, or enough money, to make their payouts. And they were depending on new membership to do that. And I mean, it was a classic Ponzi scheme. And I saw that pretty much up front. Today, I look at Bitcoin stuff, and I'm like, I'm not really interested in the Bitcoin, because there's something deep down that's telling me, watch out, be careful. It seems to me like there's a big bubble and it's going to burst. Does that still mean that's a scam? That's too early to tell. But I don't necessarily know if it's a scam or not. Now, a few years ago, I was going to start a website and a business built around this name, Millionaire Money Machine. I thought, oh, that's such a cool name. I'm going to develop this Millionaire Money Machine into a program that people can blah blah blah, whatever. Didn't matter. The day that I launched, another person launched a Millionaire Money Machine. I had the .com, they had the .co. They were offshore. I think they were in I don't think it was Costa Rica, but it was in one of the islands towards the Caribbean. And it was a scheme all the way, and it was a scam. And what they were doing is they were selling this software where they would say that it would predict patterns, recognize different patterns for day traders, okay, and binary options and all kinds of trading nonsense, which I never was into. So I kind of investigated it that first day, because I was pissed. I was like, what the heck? And within just a few days, because I had my information out there as well, and I'm pretty transparent. I usually put my phone numbers up and all that jazz. People started calling me. I mean, I would get call after call after call. Hey, I'm not making money, blah blah blah. I want a refund, blah blah blah. Well, guess what? That company was in existence for a couple of months, and then they shut it down, packed up all their stuff, and they're nowhere to be found. Okay, that was a scam. But whenever you're talking about regular, everyday, ordinary opportunities, and a lot of them are very creatively structured, I'll give you that. A lot of them are very low entry rate, you know, $10, $20, whatever. Something that I don't think that you're ever going to make a lot of money with, or the average person certainly isn't. But that still doesn't mean that it's a scam. That means it's a poorly constructed business model, perhaps. Now, whenever you get into companies that start making promises, then you're talking about a scam of a different nature. You're not necessarily talking about the business model or the business opportunity. You're talking about the marketing. The marketing is kind of scamish. So, whenever you start looking at the word scam or the scam tag that so many people, because somebody didn't make an amount of money that they thought that it didn't meet their expectations, that doesn't mean that the program's a scam. More often than not, people simply do not do the work. A lot of times, in many cases, people don't get the training that they need, or their sponsor, whoever recruited them into the business has abandoned them, can't find them. These are the things that I can't stand. This is the motivation behind creating my own product, behind creating an opportunity for the average man and woman to come online, learn how to promote this program, learn how to market it, okay, and then be able to go out there and implement those skills, implement those things so that they can market. There's three things that you got to have, and I've said this in many videos. You got to have a product or a service or an opportunity, something that you're promoting. You need a system to promote it, usually a sales funnel of some sort. And then you need to learn how to generate traffic to that sales system so that you can make conversions and so that you can sell your product, service, or opportunity and generate income. That's how it's done. It doesn't really get any more complicated than that. Okay? But people tend to make things complicated, But that's what we're doing here. I'm writing this ebook right now, and maybe you're reading this ebook right now. I don't know. But one of the issues here is that I always want to make sure and be very clear about is the amount of support that people really need. Support and training and practical training. This stuff doesn't have to be that hard, and it's not that hard. Okay, what you need to learn how to do is you need to learn how to set up your system, and then you need to learn how to drive traffic to that system. Now, there's some other things, obviously. You need to follow up with those people. We're going to show you how to follow up. Going to show you how to set up an autoresponder so that it's almost all on autopilot. But then you also have to be willing to get out there and develop some relationships with people. Now, I never put people out there and tell you, because we talk about sales and we talk about persuading people to purchase your opportunity or to get involved with you or whatever it may be. And sales today is a lot different than it used to be. You don't have to go out there and bash people over the head with your opportunity. What you really are is a purveyor of information. You need to put some information out there, but you need to put it out there in front of people that are already looking for that information. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You just want to find out what's working and sort of mimic that process. Okay? Now, the process of setting up a sales funnel, of having a capture page, some sort of sales page, or some sort of video or webinar or something that people can come to, then your sales page where they can make the purchase. It's about leading people down a clear path and showing them that you can solve their problems. That's what we really are here online. We show people how to, we solve people's problems for them, or we show them, we give them a clear direction on which way to go so that they can solve them on their own or whatever. But it's really about solving people's problems. That's what we're focusing on. And so nothing chaps my ass more than somebody recruiting people into an organization or into an opportunity, the whole time telling them, hey, you're going to be in business for yourself but not by yourself, or, hey, you're never going to be left alone. We've got this support. We've got blah, blah, blah. We've got all this nonsense. And then that person is never to be heard from again. I cannot stand that. And so with my program, one of the things that I do is I make sure that I do almost every bit of the training. I make sure that I am easily contacted. I leave all of my information out there. You can call me. So at any time, whether you're watching a video, reading this ebook, whatever it may be, if you need clarification, send me an email and I'll eventually get back to you. I may not get back to you right away, but within 24, 48 hours, you're probably going to get a response. Okay? And sometimes, if you'll leave your phone number, I'll give you a call. I don't care. One of the things that I am doing right now is I am willing to pick up the phone and talk people through the process. Now, because of there's certain things with our program, there are going to be certain things in place where oftentimes you're not going to have to do that. You can go right to our library, right to our video library, pull up the very topic that you may have a question about, watch me go through the process. If you don't get it the first time, you can watch it again, you can rewind it, you can fast forward it, you can do whatever you want to do. And you learn at your own pace. On top of that, we're also having live calls. Going to have at least 2 live calls a week, probably 2 webinars a week. Okay? Guys, that's what all this is about. This is about teaching you how to develop the skills, or teaching you what skills you need to develop, developing those skills, implementing those skills, and generating an income. That's what we're looking to do here. And to be honest with you, rather than have a 95% failure rate, I want to have a 95% or better success rate. So at any time, any point in time that you are struggling, you feel like you're struggling, or you actually are struggling, then you're going to have a support group to go to. You're going to have phone numbers to call. You're going to be able to come to the live calls and ask questions live. You're going to be able to go to the webinars and watch a replay, or if it's a new webinar, you're going to be able to ask questions there. You're not going to be left alone. Okay? And guess what? I do answer my phone. And if I don't answer my phone, you leave a message, and I will call you back. Okay? So as far as the scam issue, look, guys, most things out there aren't scams. Now, they're poorly set up. They're poorly managed. And you don't know, if you get involved with something, you don't know if that's somebody from day 1 or day 1,000. You don't know if they're brand new or if they're, old hat, if it's all old hat to them, if they're an expert at some of these things. You just don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot. And what people do a lot of times is they'll go out there and they'll start investigating who it is that they're working with, or who it is that they're going to get in business with. And if you're brand new to the system, you're not going to know. You're not going to have the videos out there. You're not going to have any information out there compared to somebody that's been involved in the program for 6 months or longer, and maybe they've got 50 videos on the topic, and a lot of times people are going to gravitate towards them. Once again, it doesn't mean the program's a scam. Okay? So the idea that everything is a scam because so-and-so, my cousin's brother's sister didn't make it, into the, didn't make any money with that program, and they spent a whole, $100 and it didn't work out for them, does not make that program a scam. So guys, I want you to kind of change your perspective. And I want you to understand that a lot of this is weighs heavily on your own shoulders. I mean, it's your responsibility to get the training. The only thing that I can do is be here, okay? And make sure you use that resource. If you need to pick up the phone and give me a call, give me a call. It's not going to bother me. Now, I am Central Time in the United States, so if you're in Australia or New Zealand, or you're in Japan, or, somewhere else in the world, make sure that you do leave a message. I will give you a call back and let me know what time is the best time for you. Okay? The good thing about this sort of stuff, because so much of it is digital, so much of it is online, you can come here anytime and you can check it out. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why I'm setting things up the way that I am. And guys, I'm really excited. Hope you are too. Continue the process. Continue to check things out. Make sure that we are what we say we are. And guys, I'll see you at the top. Take care.